Alright guys, just wanted to put up a quick announcement video. In the background here you will find me playing a game of Pauper Prismatic Singleton against regular Pauper decks. So, basically I wanted to put this out there because of the fact that a lot of people follow me on different formats. Some follow me on YouTube, some Twitter, some just caught me on Pure, some see me on the forums. And basically this is, going to be an announcement for those who don't follow all of those formats and may be wondering kind of what's been going on. So people might be wondering what has happened to my series of articles. I had a weekly series on puremtgo.com that I wrote about Pauper. And then every 2 weeks I would put up a bi-weekly report on the current competitive Pauper metagame. Now you may have noticed that has all kind of disappeared. Well, what's been happening is kind of the fact that, when you go to Pure, imagine it like any other kind of blog site or something like that. You have an editor. So you go to the website when you're writing articles, you put stuff in the editor, and you save your content, and then later when you're finished, you hit the submit button, and it all gets published. So what's been happening is that, for me at least, the Pure editor is not saving whatever I write. So after writing some very, very big articles without saving and then realizing that it didn't save after having written them, I guess it was only one, but you get the point. I had written an article, it didn't save, I was aggravated. And I've been saying that it's been 2 weeks that this has been going on, but I actually realized that it's been 2 competitive article weeks. And because I do those bi-weekly, that means this has been a problem for over a month now, at least. And I have talked to the people who run the Pure site, and there has been no resolution yet. I don't know what to tell you. They said they're working on it, but I'm kind of there's no sense of urgency. These guys, I don't hold it against them by any means. They have other jobs that they do, and this is not like their career. There's nothing that can be done. So until further notice, I guess my series of articles from there is going to be shut down. You will not catch it from me anymore. So where does that leave things? As far as the competitive report goes, this is actually a week where the competitive report was coming out. So if you're looking for it, it is actually again on the MTG Salvation forums. Same posting as last week. It'll be just go to the last post, and you may have to backtrack a little bit, and you can find it, but it is there. Now, the options available to me are pretty much this. I could continue to put them up on there, but there's some big issues I feel with putting the new trying to work this out. I apologize if I kind of mumble through this and stutter and stuff. I just mildly frustrated is all. There are some issues with trying to put up the competitive report on the MTG Salvation forums on a regular basis. Basically what it comes down to is the fact that, sometimes it involves double posting, which I know the mods there like you to avoid, and other times it causes issues because of the fact that, basically the fact that you have to search through a bunch of other posts to get there. There's other discussion that goes on, with other people in that specific post discussing, the health of the format currently, decks that have shown up there, people just generically thanking me for doing the work. And so it can be hard to locate the information, the specific information that you're looking for. Now there's not a lot I can do with this. It is what it is, and I'm not sure I'm going to continue. It is definitely a temporary solution until I can find something better, if I can find something better. It remains to be seen. I guess I am going to look around and see what, if any, options I have available to me to put my content, write articles for another site. I make no guarantees on what's going to happen there. So for now, you can find it in that same thread. The best place to keep up with this and, what's going on basically, is to follow me on Twitter. I don't, post there all the time, but you will occasionally find information from me regarding, what my status is with everything there. For all we know, the guys from Pure could come back to me and say, hey, it's been solved, you can write again, which would be great. But for now, you'll find the competitive series on the forums and MTG Salvation. I have had a couple of people. I do want to definitely thank all of you guys watching, all of the readers who may come across this. I've gotten a ton of support from the Pauper community in general, based on lots of feedback saying how much they enjoy the competitive reports or my content, and I'm very grateful for that. It means a lot to me, absolutely. I've had a couple of suggestions. Someone had suggested to me that I just put more content up on YouTube, but I would like to point out that the videos aren't really the focus here. To me, the focus was the writing. What it comes down to is, I wrote on Pure before videos were a thing to do with articles. It was very rare that, you would add videos to articles back in the day. I know I'm going to date myself here, but back when I guess Time Spiral came out, it wasn't a popular thing to do for just the average player to be putting videos with articles. When I came back and started this Pauper specific series, it definitely was all of a sudden a thing to do. So to me, the video content is just there to buffer the articles and make them better. I'm not, your typical YouTube personality who is partnered and trying to make big bucks making these videos. If you couldn't tell, the quality is not great. Oh, by the way, I am recording this with a new software, so let me know if you think it's better. Hopefully we can work on some of the resolution problems. But, the point is that the articles were the focus to me, and I think you lose out on a lot of stuff when you just do videos as opposed to the articles. What the articles granted us was an ability. I could include other things. I could include deck lists. I could include card pictures to specifically point out things that were very clear and in your face, so you could see what I'm talking about. It was great with the Pure software, or website, is that you could construct a deck list that was linked on every card. So if someone's looking at a deck list and says, hey, I'm not sure what this one card is, they can click it and it'll open up that specific card so they can see what it does, and that's a really great thing. To do that kind of effort in videos, I would be able to do so, but I would need probably better software and a little more time to really go through and edit these. My quality for these is very low, and that's because, again, I'm not trying to be the great YouTube personality. I'm trying to basically provide extra content and make my articles the best they can be for you guys. So I mean, it comes down to that. I don't think it would work as effectively to try and make this somehow happen as just a YouTube channel. I also, I know I'm not a great public speaker and stuff like that. The quality just would not be the same that I expect from myself, and that, hopefully you guys expect from me as well. I will continue to do some videos here in the meantime until things get put up. I do actually have the next episode of Building Posts is going to be coming out soon. I know I say that a lot, and some of you guys are probably like, yeah, sure you do, but this time I really do, and I am guaranteeing that it will come out this week. I know I have said that before, but definitely this time, trust me, it is coming out this week. You will get that extra video content from me on here. Excuse me, I'm also kind of losing my voice if you cannot tell. So I really I don't know where things stand currently with my article series. I would love to continue to produce content for you guys. I would love to continue talking about Pauper in general, but I just have kind of no options available to me at this point in time. So it's kind of up in the air, and again, the best place to kind of keep up with where things are is to follow me on Twitter. Let's see what else. I don't know. I guess that's kind of all I have to say. Again, the Building Posts episode will be out this week. We're kind of coming to the end of that series, and I was hoping to do this big wrap-up article for it, but that's just not going to happen. It's kind of unfortunate, because of the fact that Pure and the way the editor worked, you could be working on articles and save them. So what I would do in many cases is I have 3 or 4 articles that would be started, and you can go back whenever you get free time and add a little bit of content over a period of time, and then when you were finally kind of finished with the rest of the article, you could sit down and you could submit it, and then you would have quality content. But what this means is because Pure doesn't work for me anymore and will not save my new content, um, it's kind of incognito. I had, if you remember, a budget mechanics series. It's still there. I had just about finished the second part of that, um, and it's now gone. I don't know what to say. Nothing can really be done about it. It's sitting there. I have most of the videos finished, and if I can get things worked out, then I will definitely get that to you guys soon. It's just everything is kind of incognito for me right now. These unfinished articles are just going to sit there for a while. Nothing can be done. I just, it sounds a lot of stumbling and whatnot, but I have nothing else to say really. I don't know what else can be done. Um, for me, the big part of this is I would love to keep the part of my articles that at the very least was the competitive report coming out to you guys. But I don't find the forums at MTG Salvation to be a quality solution for this. This isn't something that I consider like my baby. This is something that I consider to be a part of the Pauper community. A lot of that article came from suggestions. When I first started keeping track, it ended up being just like a list of the showings, and that was, great, but it's not a lot of important information for us. So over time, I was able to kind of really manipulate it and find, extra information and extra ways to incorporate stuff that other players had asked for. A lot of those charts became what they did because of other player requests. They wanted to see something specific in the analysis, or they wanted to change something. I had that whole series, that whole article where I talked about breaking up Mono Blue Control and Delver Blue, and that was all a result of feedback from the Pauper community. To me, this series of reports on the metagame isn't something that I'm doing. It's something that is the community is kind of shaped and molded to be the most, trying to get the most out of it that they possibly could. So a lot of stuff has been great. Changing the trends chart to percentages really kind of helped solve all kinds of problems and stuff like that. So I am very grateful for all the input for it, and I would love to keep bringing it to you guys. But at this point in time, I just don't know when or how that's all going to come about. So you might be kind of wondering, like, okay, so you made an announcement video to tell us that you can't tell us anything? Well, yeah, I guess that is ultimately what has happened here. And I'm sorry for it, but there's nothing that can be done. Consider it more of an update video then. Update is nothing is happening, and it's kind of the end of an era, the end of my series on Pure. Whether it continues for me personally on to another level, that would be great. There's a lot of stuff we're just about to hit Return to Ravnica, and a lot of stuff that could have been talked about there. But until further notice, you're just gonna have to accept that it is what it is. Again, last few notes I will give you: follow me on Twitter for updates, and keep an eye out for building posts. There will be a new episode this week on my channel, and I will try my best to provide what content I can to this channel, post up a couple extra videos, but I really think that it just kind of loses something if you don't have the articles attached to it. So, alright guys, I will catch you later.